Greetings fans, hyperfans, and people just lost looking for videos of cats on YouTube. It's the end of 2015. Where the hell did that go? At the beginning of the year, I made myself 3 promises. One, that I was going to do a certain amount of YouTube videos, and I think I've hit those levels. I also said I was going to go to every party that I was invited to, and that's meant I've had a lot better social life, and that I was going to try and act without fear, which I've actually also pretty much stuck to, and that's made my year a hell of a lot better. I really appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed to me over this year. I've met some really great people through the YouTube community. I interviewed Theo Adams in the summer. I've been speaking to Jake Dudman, and I've also been doing videos for other channels, so that's all been really cool for me. The other thing about this year is lots of Kickstarter stuff. I found out that one of my friends has been doing very successful Kickstarter launches for other people, and I will continue to support him. But 3 projects that I did fund have finally come to fruition, and I have to say, have not been the most brilliant things in the world. Let's start with this one. I'm sure that a lot of people know what this is, but for those who don't, this was a project that started on Indiegogo last year and has kind of been beset with manufacturing problems all round until they paired up with Brookstone, who are, I'm not really sure there's an equivalent in the UK. If you think about how much of a step up Tiger is from Poundland, and then you did that again, you kind of get to where Brookstone are. So it's kind of middle of the road giftware stuff, you know, products for people who've got too much money. Now these were originally called AxentWear and are now just known as cat ear headphones, because they have cat ears. The cat ears are actually functioning speakers. They're not the most brilliant in the world, but they are very fun. Can get quite loud without distorting too much. I'm not going to do sound quality on this. I will show that these do light up, and that's particularly funky. Actually, in my new setup, I can do this. They're charged by micro USB. There's volume up and down. Separate switch for the external speakers. It's kind of a shame that you can't turn the headphones off and the speakers on, so whatever you're blasting out through there, you've also got coming through there, and you can't really hear if the speakers are on. You kind of have to just watch the people around you reacting. But they're kind of fun. It has 2 sockets there, one for the 4-pole plug with iPhone and iPod controls on it, the second one for a, I can get it out of the box, semi-rigid microphone, which is quite good quality for using it for phone calls. My main problem with these is when I'm listening to music, sometimes the right ear cup completely dead, not a single sound through it. I thought for a very long time that it might be dry soldering actually on the driver. I'm now considering it might be actually a fault with the wire, so I'm going to have to play around with a few different options. When I actually got through to Brookstone, eventually they got back to me with some customer service stuff, but these are now retailing for about $150. There is no UK distribution of them, so you're having to pay a lot of shipping. I think import tax on them alone is about 40 quid. So that's an awful lot of money to have a pair of cat ears. I personally think that they're a lot cooler than the Nekomimi, which were the moving cat ears that worked off of brain waves. Kind of cool to see what happens if you have something that does both of those. But yeah, so they finally got these not only funded, because they funded those really quickly, but made out there, distributed. They come in blue, purple, green, and what's supposed to be red, but everybody has been complaining comes out bright orange. Actually, one last little dig at them. From a maker point of view, it's all glued. There's about 8 screws in the entire thing, but everything else is glued into place. So actually, if anything does go wrong with these, you're screwed. There's no way that you can practically take these apart, fix them, or do any sort of modification on them outside, you know, factory settings, which is becoming increasingly standard because it makes it cheaper to make, but I do find that a little upsetting, especially on a more expensive set. So the second Kickstarter was a sunglasses company called Hawkers. They'd actually put some spend behind social media, so they were turning up on my Twitter feed every 20 posts or so saying, get the best, most fashionable sunglasses for $1 through our Kickstarter campaign. I signed on a little bit late, so it cost me about $7 rather than $1. But they had lots of really lovely updates. Let us know when they were coming out. Actually hit stretch goals so that they were shipping a hard case with them. And so DHL parcel turned up, and these turned up. Now give me 1 second whilst I grab my current pair of sunglasses, which are a pair of mid-80s Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Now, there was a lot of choices about what you could go for with these, and I do have a style that I like, so I went for the ones that looked visually as similar as possible, and wow, they really do look very similar. But looking a little bit similar is kind of as close as they get. The plastic on these is really light. The lenses, again, are plastic. They have a very light grey tint to them. The mechanism on them, yeah, it's literally just sort of a tight friction peg. Logo embossed on the side. The arms really actually quite hollow. I sound like I'm going back into toy reviewing mode, but these are about 1/3 of the weight of these, and they feel like they were going to break. Considering the hype about the company, these actually feel far more. These actually feel like a pair of knockoff Ray-Bans that I ended up buying on eBay by mistake at one point, and they cost me about 50 pence. And the build quality was practically identical. So I know that these are now sort of $30 or so. I think actually on eBay people are now selling their Kickstarted glasses off for about £30 each, and I think this may be joining them come the summer. A little bit disappointed by those. I mean, at least they come with, you know, stickers, nice box, and a couple of nice cases. But I do have to say, that was a letdown. We're not doing particularly well, are we? So maybe the third Kickstarter project that I went through, this was actually through Indiegogo, same as the AxentWear, will do us a little bit better. I ordered the New Matter 3D printer, the Mod T, almost a year and a half ago now. They were supposed to be delivering it around July, and I'd made some provision to work with some people to do some 3D design around then, and the project didn't arrive, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed. When the item actually finally turned up in early December, I was over the moon. I practically remodeled my living room to give the printer a permanent home, so I was really looking forward to this, to the extent that I asked the rest of my family to buy me filament for my birthday. And I started to actually film an unboxing, and it was all fine and dandy until I actually tried to plug it into my computer, and it wouldn't upgrade from the factory installed firmware. Took about 2 hours live chat with customer service to get to a point where absolutely nothing had changed. I was a little bit upset. I decided I did want to print something, so they said, well, with that factory firmware you should be able to load the filament and print out the preloaded test design. So cool, I did that. Yeah. The hot end heated up and then buried itself in the print bed. That was not particularly happy. This has actually been filled, sanded down, and a couple of people who've got this recommended just giving it a rough sand to give it a little bit of a better texture to stick on. But yeah, I have never had a piece of technology before react so badly to a customer service call that it started to self-harm. I'm currently waiting for them to get back into the office after Christmas, contact me with either a workaround to get this updated or to come and pick up this faulty machine and deliver me a new one at the same time. So yeah, that was Kickstarter this year. Sorry to end the year on a depressing note. I will try and squeeze out a happier video tomorrow. If you have got anything through Kickstarter this year and been really impressed with it, please let me know, because I could do with having my spirits raised. If you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like all my videos, please hit subscribe. Have a fantastic new year, and I will see you in 2016.
Nice.